Yes, it's cold. Well, hello, my Canadian friends. Yes, this is a video for my Canadian friends, but it also affects Americans in, well, the United States. Okay? Now, if you're Canadian, you already know that your passport pre-checks are over, right? But you're also going to be photographed at the border, that you are. All your details are going to be put onto a database, national database, and it's going to be used as a way of monitoring you. Now, if you think I'm, well, peeing up your back, I'm not. They're actually going to be using the radar cameras regarding, and also a CCTV and what have you, and facial recognition and AI, God knows what else they're going to use, probably some Israeli-based system, to monitor your whereabouts. They're going to be looking for suspicious journeys, suspicious routes that you take, and you're likely to get pulled up for a broken tail light, or I don't know, your headlight beam's too high or something stupid, or speeding or something, when quite frankly you hadn't done anything wrong. But it's a way of stopping you to check you out. And this has happened, it's been reported in the ABC News, and this is getting beyond a joke. This is ultra surveillance of people just wanting to go on holiday, you know. And I had to ask Canadians, why the feck are you still going there? I know many of them, you're boycotting absolutely everything American, and you've got to carry on doing so. In fact, you're going to have to, you know, those who aren't that tough about it need to toughen up. Seriously toughen up. They are effectively attacking Canada. They are deliberately trying to weaken Canada. But by weakening Canada, they're weakening them themselves. By reducing Canada's disposable income, because of, you know, because of the import taxes and shit like that, and the less trade with the United States, obviously it's going to affect Canadians' bottom line. But that also then means that you've got less to spend, and that backfires on, you know, on Americans. I keep saying America, it's a continent. Why do we, whenever we talk about America, we say, oh, America and the Americans? Why do we do that? It's a fucking continent, for Christ's sake. There's more countries than just the United States, which isn't really a country, it's just a group of states, really. It's a union. It's a bit like the European Union, but less regulated, and, how to put it, less free, even though it's more regulated in Canada. At least we don't go around shooting people and put them and kidnapping them, you know, and put them in gulags. Don't do that in Europe, do we, in the European Union? No, I live in France, and it's a lovely place to live, you know? And everything seems to work. The healthcare works. The people are happier, you know. You do get grumpy sods, obviously, especially if you go to places like Paris and places like that. They can be rude, really rude. Not everybody, obviously, you know, that's a bit unfair, but if you're going to Canada and, you know, you no longer got your pre-checks, so you've got to deal with that. You then got to think, you know, you're going to be scanned, you're going to be tracked, and you're potentially going to get stopped just to, you know, it's not going to happen to everybody who goes over, obviously, but everyone's going to be obviously photographed at the border. But if you get stopped, that might not happen to you, and you might think, oh, what are you worrying about? But some people will. There'll be an uptick in it, and that might end up being you. It's a gamble. It's a bit of a lottery, if you know what I mean. And it tells me that why the feck would you want to go? You've got Pete Heffer, you know, quiet, Peggy, quiet. Yes, Pete Heffer. He's you know, the ambassador, US ambassador to Canada, whinging and whining because Canadians no longer want to go to the United States. Can you blink and blame them? For Christ's sake, why the hell would you go there? Come here instead. You could say, no, we want sun. We've already got snow. Yeah, November and it's snowing. Crikey. Feck, they say global warming. It's fucking freezing. No, don't draw that crowd. But yeah, anyway, so what they're doing is the camera's already capable of scanning and setting up all this information and data, but they're now utilising this. But it's been working for like 10 odd years. But now Christy Gnomes has got hold of it, you know, bored of... You know, when she's not shooting dogs, she's, getting her little minions to shoot people. Well, with tasers and bear spray. Get out. I'll tell you what, though, they've gone into North Carolina. I'd like to see how they're going to fare. Isn't that an open carry state? Huh? And stand your ground, North Carolina. I know that one lot of ICE officials were frightened off by a 70-year-old woman who had a handgun. That sooner or later, shit's going to hit the fan, you know, and a few ICE agents are going to get popped off. And will I be sorry for it? Part of it will obviously cause problems regarding Insurrection Act and Donald Trump using it as an excuse. But, you know, if you go around brutalising people, you know, expect the shit it's gonna get bad, isn't it, you know? So, on top of all that, regarding your checks at the border, if you've got that little cross in your on your passport, that you're allowed to have if you're LGBT, you know, gender neutral, all that, you're not getting in either, you know? What a fascist fucking country it is now, eh? It really is, isn't it? It's just a fascist country. It's constant attacks by your ambassador, constant attacks by the child rapist in the White House. And now that child rapist is calling on lawmakers to be hung. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Really? He's inciting violence. He's breaking the law. I'm just hoping that he, at some point, and there's all his little lackeys, will end up in the gulag somewhere, picking up the fucking soap in the shower and getting rogered from behind or something, you know, by some giant geezer. Yeah, loads of tattoos. Maybe I'll have, I don't know, a swastika on the forehead or something, you know? Maybe even Donald Trump then get a sore throat or something, you know? A bit of deep. Oh, no, actually, you would like that, wouldn't he? Yeah, Bubba said so. But apparently, Bubba might even be a child, so... Yeah, spelt B-U-B-A, not B-U-B-B-A. So anyway, it's time for me to go. So be careful, all right? If you are, or for business or anything like that, and you're a bit concerned, you should be, all right? Because really, you should be refusing to go. If your workplace says to you, you're going to have to go to the United States, you should say, well, I'm sorry, we can't. No, I'm not going. It's too dangerous. I don't see how they can really argue with that. You have to sort out some Zoom calls or something. It'd be hard if you've got to do maintenance on systems. I love you though, with the snow on the tree there, look. It's cool, isn't it? It's Christmas has come early. I'm dreaming of a white November. Not like the Novembers I remember before. No, anyway, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say toodaloo, but please boot the older like button and maybe subscribe to the channel and give us a little bit of help there, because it's quite frankly, it's getting harder and harder and harder. The videos are doing terrible. But you know, didn't used to be as bad as this, but it's getting worse. So it could get to the point where I'll just have to say sod it. And I just can't afford to be honest. I just can't afford to carry on as it is. There you go. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get in my house and get in front of that fucking fire and warm up. I can't feel my fingers. Toodaloo.